be upstanding for the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. To assist us in celebrating the achievements of our 1997 Year 7 students, the senior band, conducted by Mr. Chris Scott, will entertain you. Mr. Scott?
Thank you very much. Thank you, students and guests and teachers. We're going to play our first piece tonight. It's called Skeleton Dance, and there are a few little surprises in, so keep your eyes peeled. Our next item will be a Ukrainian bell carol, being festive season, and this is a nice little piece. You'll all remember it, but I don't think you'll recognise the title, but you'll know the tune. And the final item is a piece that we played at the festival this year, where we did very, very well, and it's called 8th Avenue, and it's quite rocky. So, as this is a formal occasion, please don't dance in your aisles.
We just need a brief. Our principal will give the principal's report.
Good evening, students. So nice to see you all so well turned out. I didn't recognise many of you when I was walking over here from parking the car, and I said, who is that adult? I don't know them. Oh, I know who it is. I was pleasantly surprised to see you so well turned out and carrying yourself so well. And I saw you walking with your parents, and that made me realise once again why we're here, why we're at school. We're here because of students. We're here because we want them to grow from children to adults, and we want to be part of that process. Now on a night like tonight, I'm supposed to stand up here and say all sorts of nice things about the students. But you know and I know at different times some of them have been absolute pains. You live with them. I only get them for 6 hours a day. But maybe there's something about when they get a whole heap of them together, they do things differently. But the point is, at different times, many of these students have had some difficulties at school. But it's something that we've worked past every single time. We've used it as an opportunity to look at ourselves, to look at our methods, to look at our school, to look at the way we work with each other, and we've moved on past that to bigger and better things. And that's one of the trades, one of the indicators of a quality school like Mabel Park. The fact that yes, we can have problems, but we can learn from them and we can move on past them to keep on going. Now, a good school doesn't happen by accident. In our school we've got two things, actually three things if you count students. Because we've got those, and we've got a whole range of students from a whole range of backgrounds. But there's not one of them that isn't a nice person. Yes, they do some silly things sometimes, but each one of them, every single one I can honestly say, is a nice person. And I like them. And they're good people. We've got that, and we've got our staff. Not just teachers who turn up and do a job and go home, but we've got dedicated staff. We've got real people who sit in the staff room and cry over some of the things that happen with their kids. Who get so involved in their kids' lives and their kids' learning that they get as upset as the kids do when different things happen. And they're also the ones there saying, yes, when something great happens to that kid's life. Staff like that don't just happen. We've got a whole range of people from a whole range of backgrounds, but they have a sense of dedication, they have a sense of profession, and they work towards making these fine young people that we see here. And the other part of the equation are the ones sitting in the middle just here. You people. Because we won't have fine people sitting on the sides, dressed up nicely, and about to get certificates and recognitions for some great awards and some great achievements. We wouldn't get that if we didn't have a solid core of people in the middle who cared about their kids, who were interested in their education, who worked with the teachers, who worked on the PNC, on the tuck shop, in the classrooms, in the library, all over the place. If we didn't have that solid core of people working with us, for them, the turnout wouldn't be as good. And I have to acknowledge the work of our PNC and the great sense of relationship we have. Like the kids, we have our own blue, we have a falling out, we fix it up, and we move on. What about our kids? To those who are receiving awards tonight, congratulations. You're getting some rewards, some recognition for some effort. And success doesn't come easily. You've heard those people playing on the stage here tonight, and they're a living example that if you want to be good at something, you don't just sit there and expect it to happen to you. Winning the lotto is a big gamble, and not many people get to do it. If you want to be good at something, you've got to work at it. These people on the stage could play those numbers because they've worked. I mean, you're the ones that sat at home and listened to them practice, haven't you? and you hear them getting better and better and better. Now whether it's a musical instrument, whether it's high jump, whether it's the ability to read, or whatever, it doesn't happen unless you work at it. Success is earned. Expertise is earned. It isn't just given with a wave of a wand. And when our teachers and our parents work with students, give them that sense of dedication, that sense of motivation, it does pay dividends in the end. So those people, thank you for your successes, thank you for your efforts. You're getting a recognition, a personal recognition, for work that you've done. I've got something in common with these Year 7 students tonight. I came to Mabel Park at the same time as they did. 93. Years are getting away, aren't they? 93. They turned up to Year 3 in 93. This is 97, and they're leaving Year 7. And like themselves, I'm leaving one of the best state schools in Queensland to move on to some other schools, to be a district director in charge of 45 schools in northern Brisbane suburbs. But I hope that they will be a lot like myself. I might be leaving Mabel Park, but there's a lot of it I'm taking with me, and I'll always keep in touch with it. The year 2000, it's just a blink of an eye away now. Won't be long we'll be looking back in 2002 and think, oh, I remember the 1900s. There's not a student here in our entire school, but even these Year 7s, who won't be part of the 21st century. No one who won't be affected by computers, who don't know how to change dates on the 2000 turnover. Don't fly an aeroplane on that point, please. There's no one who won't be able to know who's ringing them before they pick up the phone. There's no one who won't be able to shop from home, from shops all around the world, and be able to buy their jeans half price on the internet from California. Schools are changing, education is changing. We're talking a lot about school-based management, we're talking a lot about the community being involved and giving the school direction for what it believes is best for their students. We'll continue to do that, we'll continue to work towards greater community involvement. We'll continue to work towards schools reflecting what the community wants. The Year 7s have got 5 days of school left, a bit like myself. It's going to be 5 days of some stress, some excitement, a little bit of hard work moving some furniture, and maybe some fears and maybe some regrets. But each time they turn around and they look around, they'll say, oh, this is my last Monday at a school, at a primary school. This is my last time that I'll be able to go to this end. This is my last. Some of them will be exciting for them. Oh, yes, I can't wait. But like everything, when you've moved past something and you're looking back, you'll realise what was there and what you had and what you now don't have. You won't be in the same exact group of friends. You won't have the same caring teacher looking after you. You won't have the same arrangements ever again in your life. And that's something to think about, all of you. But there isn't an adult here who doesn't remember parts of their primary school. They remember good bits and bad bits. But the thing they remember most is when people cared about them. And coming back to Mabel Park, that's what makes it different. There are a lot of people who care. For the students, most of you are going on to Mabel Park High, which is one of the finest high schools in Queensland. It's recognised as that in educational circles. It's a great high school. It's a great state high school. You'll continue to keep in touch with Mabel Park. You'll continue to see each other. Keep those bonds. Keep those educational origins there. You're leaving primary school, but you're not leaving education. There's a world of opportunity out there. If you've got enthusiasm and you're willing to make the effort, you'll get there. You'll achieve some results. Year 7s, and Mabel Park. I wish you well. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Avenel. I would also ask you to acknowledge and thank Mr. Avenel for his efforts over the past 5 years at Mabel Park State School. I'd now like to call on Mrs. Brown, President of our PNC.
Welcome everybody. Tonight we're going to waiver one of our usual things that we do. I will not give a PNC report. That will be available in our last newsletter. Instead I'd like to give just a small speech and farewell to all you sitting out there. Okay, so on behalf of the whole school community, I would like to welcome everybody here tonight, especially you, our graduating Year 7 students. This is your night, a celebration of achievements throughout your primary years, but mainly the last passing year. From here you create your own future. So I say to you all, stand tall, be proud, and believe in yourself. You are now leaving behind your childhood to step forward into becoming a young adult. This change is probably harder for us as parents. Our babies are growing up. We used to be able to walk side by side with you. But now we need to walk one step behind with outstretched hands to God. So I ask you to be gentle with us and help us. We only want the very best for all of you. So in closing, and on behalf of the PNC, good luck and all the very best to each and every one of you as you travel the road of life.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Our school captains, Renee Cunningham and Michael Lehman, have had a successful year. I would now ask them to step forward.
Good evening, distinguished guests, teachers, students, parents and friends. It has been a great privilege representing Mabel Park as one of the school captains for 1997. During the year, the Student Council have participated and succeeded in many events. We raised money from several free dress days and also the Lolly Jar competition. We maintained our sponsorship of our foster child Elaine from Brazil. We donated towards the B105 Children's Appeal, Smile for Life, as well as supporting the St. Mark's Christmas Appeal. The Student Council also participated in a 2-day peer mediation course at the high school. The topic that we discussed was conflict resolution. This means when 2 or more people have a disagreement between each other, they come to us for help to try to sort out their problems. Last Wednesday, it was a pleasure to represent Mabel Park by going to the Mount Coot Botanical Gardens to collect the silver medal in the Titus Schools competition. This would not have been achieved without the many hours of hard work from Mr. Chris Davis. John Sluter from Channel 9 News visited our school on 2 separate occasions. The first time was to present badges to the new school captains and student councillors, and the second time he arrived in the Channel 9 helicopter to present posters for the Resource Centre and to provide information on a poster competition. The Logan City Council asked Mabel Park to submit a logo for the Slacks Creek Environmental Park. We ran a competition amongst the students and the winning design came from David Bell. Congratulations to David. This year has seen a closer relationship with Mabel Park High School, and Renee and I have also attended several functions there. This closer relationship is a forward step, as it will certainly help the grade 7 settle into their new school. I would personally like to thank my family, teachers and staff for helping me through the years since preschool to grade 7. They have been enjoyable years and I look forward to future ones. Good luck to all the grade 7s, and I hope you succeed in whatever you choose to do. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a pleasant evening.
Designated guests, students, parents and friends. On behalf of Mabel Park State School Grade 7 Class of 1997, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Casey, Mr. Rudwell, Mr. Avenel and Mrs. Weekly for attending and helping us to make helping to make our night a success. Thank you to teachers, parents and students for their hard work, the PNC for the cakes and flowers, the gentleman taking the video, also to Mr. Maxud and Mrs. Lees for helping us with the dancing. This year has been an enjoyable and successful year, and I would especially like to thank my fellow students for being a part of such a wonderful team. Have a good night and thank you. On behalf of all grade 7 students, I would like to present this wonderful collage to the school, done by Mrs. Horrigan. I hope everything will go, every time you look at this, you will remember the class of 1997.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Renee. We would now like to acknowledge each Year 7 student. The students will be introduced by the class teachers, class by class. We would ask that you hold the applause till each class is completely on the stage. Thank you. Ms. Freeman, Mrs. Douglas. Mr. Avenel will present the certificates, assisted by Mrs. Weekly. Ms. Freeman, Mrs. Douglas.
Okay, just before I call 7A up, I'd like to say that in the short time I've spent with you guys, I've had a lot of fun. I've had a few stress headaches, but mostly a lot of fun. Okay, and I wish you all the best next year. Okay, and I never thought I'd say this, but feel free to come and visit next year. Okay, I'll call them up. Okay, David Bauer. Amanda Bowling. Matthew Canning, Chance College, Rebecca Collins, Damien Conboy, Renee Cunningham, Rosalind Cutmore, Nicole DeWeldon, Peter Farnham, Susanna Hardy, Rebecca Horrigan, Tony Kimber, Michael Lehman, Louise Luscombe, Sean McConnell, Alicia Monroe, Gareth Noakes, Hayley Noble, Shannon Patterson, Natasha Ratta, Misty Rushbrook, David Stracey, James Van Zanten, and Michelle Young.
Good evening, parents and friends. Well, 1997 has been a challenging but very rewarding year for myself and for the students of 7B. It's always difficult for Year 7 teachers at this time of the year to let the children go, but it's great that they're going on to a new beginning. I'll miss them all, and I really wish them well. I'm sure that they'll all succeed in their own individual way. Okay, here we go. For the certificates. Blaine Askew. Nikki Barr. Amy Burgess. Louise Carter. Gemma Cave. Juan Delgado. Sarah Hoagstorm. Mitchell Island. Mitchell Jovic. Karina Jocelyn. Jade Leon. Semnang Dees. Leland Mills. Saba Petrucci. McLaughlin. Kimberly Pratt. Kevin Ryan. Nicole Robinson. Richard Sipos. Ryan Swanson. Stephanie Schenk. Rebecca Van Zanten. Hayley Wahambi. And Jackie Yappis. And that's 7AB. Okay, we have two class representatives to come up class gate. We've got Garrett wielding the knife and Lee Mills.
Thank you, 7AB. Now I'd like to ask Mr. McNamara and Ms. Bradbury to introduce to you to the students of 7CD.
Well, here goes. Before I start, I'd just like to say to you all, I have some apologies tonight, coming from a dear friend and colleague of mine, and a friend and teacher to most of these students throughout the last few years, Mr. Bill Jeeves, who was transferred at the end of last year to Yugenbeer. He dearly wished that he could be here tonight, but unfortunately they have something else on at Yugenbeer State School. So Mr. Jeeves sends his wishes to all of you grade 7s. And 7CD. I don't know what we'd do without them, but it'd be plenty. Starting with Andrew Barclay. Kim Christie. Colin Court. David Gallagher. Illinois. Kai Gresh. Brody Henderson. Andrew Matthews. Daniel Mears. Michael Robertson. Sean Sennaratna and Daffy Duck. Chris Simpson. Justin Jellybean Taylor. Justin won the lolly jar competition this morning, so he's over the moon and he's probably on a glucose high at the moment. Frederick Wise. Tiari Akariri. Melissa Baldry. She gets shown down at awards on parade, you learn here. Kelly Broadbeck. Kalia Kachia. Kim Gibbons. Marta Gonzalez. Leonie Hariwa. Louise Siri. Katrina Vandercroft. And last but certainly not least, Gemma Wahongi.
Okay, well, this is actually the first year that I've survived the whole year without actually going to a specialist area or doing something else. So it's been an unusual year for me, but I've had a really good time with 7D. And obviously teaching with Mr. Mackey is very entertaining at most times. So here we go, boys, your first verse. Adrian Copers. Jamie Crossley. Mark Dahl. Shady Gow. Brett Greenfield. Matthew Harrison. Jesse Hasselbrook. Andrew Lever. Louis. Michael McDonald. David McFarlane. Andrew Skuros. Jason Snow. And Aaron Sullivan. Melissa Beats. Angela Herrero. Peter Hines. Michelle Humans. Debbie Jenkins. Stacey Kennedy. Crystal Moss. Carly Ford. Joanne Rendell. Cassie Reimer. Talina Solian. Katie Swiger. Sarah Symes. Melissa Valentine. Okay, that's the class of 7CD for 1997.
To cut the cake, we'd like to introduce Michelle Moomans and Brodie Henderson. Please don't 7CD.
Thank you, 7CD, Mr McNamara and Ms Bradbury. Last, but by no means least, Mr Canavan and 7E.
Thank you, everyone. We've got grade 7E getting ready over there. I'd like to thank everybody for the support that we've had this year. We've had a great year. I had a few minutes asking a couple of questions of the children, and I said to them, what's the best thing that's happened to you this year? And one of them said, holidays. Well, time is coming up. In a few weeks' time I'll be heading off to high school, and I wish them all the best, and we're going to present the certificates now, and I'll read them out, and the boys are going to come first. So boys, you need to hop in the front. Boys, can you hop in the front? Okay, Stephen Bennett, recently from New Zealand. Nick Chav, ex-Sydneyite. Brenton Davis, one of the locals. Ashley Dutton, you got a little haircut this morning too. I've been trying to get some of it cut off all year. Andrew Jones. Head up, Andrew. Look proud. Soccer good. Jai Lee. Jai's just come a few weeks back down to Victoria. Vinay Prakash. Doesn't he look good? Jason Semiraha. Always enjoyed Jason's sense of humour. Gives me a hard time sometimes, but he can give it and he can take it as well. Girls now, Crystal Berg. Kathy Lee Forrest. Don't they look good? Samantha King. Only one fan. Varga Labua. Talitha Love. Nina O'Neill. Sarah Olsen. Chantel Simpson. Alyssa Sipple. Belinda Taylor. Bopa Touch. Kathy Lee Wright. And last but not least, Chantry York. They're a little embarrassed at the long walk and having to stand up on here on their own. That's our 7E class. Give them a good round of applause. And to cut the cake, I'd like to ask Kathy Lee Wright and Belinda Taylor to come forward. Well done, really enjoyed that.
Thank you, 7E and Mr. Canavan. I'd now like to ask Kim Gibbons and Kelly Broderick to come to the stage. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kim. We now come to the presentations of our special awards. I would like to ask Mr. Peter Casey to present the academic awards. Firstly, for high achievement. The high achievers for 1997 are 7A, Louise Luscombe. Matthew Canning. James Van Zanten. 7B, Blaine Askew. 'Amy Burgess. 'Richard Sipos. 'Nicole Robinson. 7C, Leonie Hariwa. 'Kelly Brodbeck. 'Michael Robertson. 7D, Carly Port. 'Peter Hinds. 'Adrian Kokas. 7E, Jason Semiraha. 'Jamie Holden. 'Crystal Burke.
'Chrissy.
The high achievers for 1997. Next, the most consistent awards for 1997. Misty Rushbrook. Michael Lehman. Renee Cunningham. Seven B, Rebecca Van Zanten. Nikki Barr. Tim Flesser. Seven C, Tiari Akariri. Kim Gibbons. Louise Seary. Seven D, Andrew Skouros. Melissa Valentine. Seven E, Belinda Taylor. Bopar Touch. Sarah Olson. And Claudia Rousseau. The most consistent The most improved for 1997. 7A, David Bauer. Michelle Young. Christina Ward. Seven B, Sava Petrides. Sam Nangnees. Stephanie Sheng. Seven C, Frederick Wise. Daniel Mears. Katrina Vandercroft. Seven D, Angela Herrero. Louis. 7E, Kathy Lee Wright. And Ashley Dutton. The most improved students for 1997. Thank you, Mr. Casey. Congratulations to all of our winners. The next awards are Cultural Awards, Citizenship Awards and Sporting Awards. There are set criteria that help us decide which students are the most deserving. Mr. John Rodwell, Acting Principal of Mabel Park State High, will present these medals. Firstly, the Cultural Awards. The criteria: the students will have shown a high level of commitment and expertise in one or more of instrumental program, choir, artwork, library work as a monitor, commitment of own time to enhancing ability, enthusiasm in promoting cultural activities throughout the school. Stephanie Schenk. Kim Gibbons. Samantha King. Leonie Harawa. Citizenship Awards. These students will have modelled appropriate behaviour throughout the year, committed his or her own time to the betterment of the school, displayed leadership qualities, shown genuine concern for others, accepted responsibilities, displayed initiative and actively tried to improve the image of the school or the class. Renee Cunningham. Michael Lehman. Louise Luscombe. Richard Sipos. Amy Burgess. Debbie Jenkins. And Kelly Brodbeck. Sporting Awards. The students will have achieved regional representation in one or more sports, achieved district representation in 2 or more sports, achieved school representation in 2 or more sports, displayed sportsmanship to a high level, achieved consistently high performance, and exhibited enthusiasm to participate in sporting activities. Dara Nam. Peter Hinds. Rebecca Horrigan. And Blaine Askew. The winners of our Cultural, Citizenship and Sporting Awards for 1997. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. This year, for the first time, we acknowledge those students who have achieved well in physical education and also the Year 7 class who has displayed skill development throughout the year. Mr. Maksood will present those awards.
Okay, good evening, parents, distinguished guests, Mr. Casey and Mr. Rodwell, colleagues and students. Year 7s, this is your night tonight, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. And in fact, it's only today that I recognise, just like Mr. Avenel, have taught you since year 3 and have seen you grow, both physically, intellectually, and also socially throughout your years at Mabel Park State School. Now, our school community is a special community. It is a special school, and you, the students, are the key players in making it so special. So well done. The Year 7s this year participated in a variety of sport-related skills: line dancing, golf, fitness activities, frisbee throwing, not on the beach though, and archery. They also represented the school at inter-school level on Fridays, gaining creditable performances in soccer and rugby league, and winning premierships in touch football and softball. They played a major role in winning the Logan District Athletics for the first time. And in fact, they gained the highest representation at regional level in athletics this year. It would be also remiss of me if I didn't mention this great support I've had from the admin team and also the PNC in running the phys ed program at the school. In fact, any new ventures that I have, and I have quite a few throughout the year, have always been supported by the admin team and the PNC. And what can I say about the Year 7 teachers? Miss Bradbury and Mr. McNamara, Mrs. Heller for a short time in Year 7, also Miss Freeman and Mrs. Douglas and Mr. Canavan. What a great bunch of teachers to work with. In fact, anything that I asked this year, they've always supported, and without their help, I don't think inter-school sport would have been able to continue at the school. So, to you, I thank you. I'd like to mention the school skipping team. And in fact, half the skipping team is made up of the Year 7, so we'll be losing them to the high school next year. And I hope they continue because they've got some great skills. And I'd like to call them up on stage now. So Gemma Kay, Rebecca Horrigan, Steph Shank, Samantha King, Shantra Yu, Bopar Touch, Sarah Symes, Joanne Rendell, Katie Swiger and Crystal Moss, if you wouldn't mind coming up. There is a boy in the skipping team, but he's in Year 6. Well, what a great bunch of kids these kids are. Now, I've worked with these kids for the last 9 weeks. They show maturity beyond their years, and I clearly accredit to you, the parents. I'll remember the children for their high level of skill, their enthusiasm, their persistence, their drive and commitment, and the positive effect they've had on the rest of the school. Now, what super qualities to have at such an early age. Now, I urge you, now they've already had about 6 performances throughout the term, and I urge you, the parents, that they will be performing next week at Assembly on Tuesday, at the Senior Assembly, and the Junior Assembly on Wednesday, and I urge you to attend and have a look at the great skills and the great character building traits that they've got. Well done again, give them a big round of applause. Righto, I've finished my little speech. I've got 3 major awards tonight, and the first award is the Physical Education Achievement Award for the Class of the Year. And the criteria for that is for an outstanding performances in skill level in class, and also contribution as a class in the areas of A, good example, leadership, cooperation, fair play, and encouragement to fellow class members. Now it was a difficult decision. You probably hear that all the time, but it was. And I've decided to give it to 7E. you like to please come up and make the presentations to your class, please? If the class can come up one at a time, please, and receive their certificates. Andrew Jones. Ashley Dutton. Kathy Forrest. Jamie Holden. Kira Jones. Shantra Yu. Kathy Lee Wright. Bopar Touch. Belinda Taylor. Alyssa Sipple. Chantel Simpson. Jason Samaraha. Claudia Rusu. Vinay Prakash. Sarah Olsen. Nina O'Neill. Talitha Love. Lafarga Lapua. Jay Lee. Samantha King. Jasmine King. Soha Koo. Brenton Davis. Just about falling out. Nick Chav. Crystal Berg. Stephen Bossett. Stephen Bennett. And last but not least, without obviously Mr. Canavan's help and guidance, they wouldn't have been able to achieve the award. Well done, give them a big round of applause. I think they deserve another round of applause. Well done. I'd like Mrs. Weekly to help me with these next two awards. The next two awards are the Outstanding Achievement Awards in Physical Education. These go to a girl and a boy who I feel have made a major contribution to the PE program at school by their efforts and example. They would have demonstrated excellence in team and individual skills, good leadership and role modelling, willingness to improve their weaknesses, and shown potential for future achievement. And in my opinion, these two children have certainly achieved and demonstrated those qualities. First of all, to the girl winner, Peter Hines. This next one gave me a great buzz because I remember him when he was in the lower grades. I thought, gee, he's a bit of a mischievous little child. And he's turned out to be a great kid. And the winner of the boys is Leland Mills. Well done.
Thank you, Mr. Maxsood. Mr. Maxsood mentioned that he had taught these people from Year 3. There's another special person here tonight who taught these children, some of these children, from preschool. Miss Dan, we'd like to acknowledge her. Before the students do the Pride of Erin, we would like to thank all of those who ably assisted in making the evening a success for our Year 7 students. A big thank you to all who have helped. Thank you. Lastly, a special thanks to our Year 7 teachers for the time, the effort and the support they have given to the students and the school throughout 1997. Year 7, we wish you well for the future. There is a challenging time ahead for all of you. You can be whatever you want to be. It takes commitment, responsibility and self-discipline. Thank you for your support to Mabel Park Primary. Thank you everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, now comes the important part of the evening where we get these kids up on their feet to show off to you what we've been practicing flat out for the last week. What we would like for you to do is for the students to leave the chairs where they are along the walls. These chairs in the middle must be packed back into the shed. What we've got to try and do is do it as quickly and as quietly as possible. So if we can get some people to take one end of a chair. Okay, where are people without helmets? PWP. You'll have to leave the
7 long lines, please. Give yourself plenty of room.
There's a part of me that just got to play.